morning, Unity Houston. Please rise as you are able and join me and these lovely ladies in singing our opening praise songs. Y'all ready? Here we go. One life living. Here we go.
One life living as you and me. One life shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me. One life shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is.
I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy.
I just want to shine. One life living as you and me. One life shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is.
Say
One life living as you and me. One life shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is.
say, I'm shining from the inside out. I'm so happy.
I just want to shine. One life living as you and me. One life shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is.
One life
living as you and me. One life shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is.
Good morning, everyone. You are shining from the inside out. I see it in you. And all of you at home, I trust you're doing the same. Now is the chance you have to welcome each other to the service in whatever way feels right to you.
One life, one love. One life, one life, one love. One life, one life, one love. God is all there is. One life, one life, one love. One life, one life, one love. One life, one life, one love. God is all there is.
Say, I'm shining on the inside. I'm so happy.
I just want to shine. One life living as you and me. One life shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One life shining as you and me. One life shining as you and me. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is. One love loving as you and me. 'Cause God is all there is.
Amen, amen. Anybody feel joy?
Joy unspeakable, faith unsinkable, love unstoppable, anything is possible. Joy unspeakable, faith unsinkable, love unstoppable, anything is possible. Joy unspeakable, faith unsinkable, love unstoppable, anything is possible. Joy unspeakable, faith unsinkable, love unstoppable, anything is possible.
Say, trust
To know you
Have you ever thought about manifestation and wondered why is it that sometimes we do very little and it can show up effortlessly, and sometimes we put in all the effort to planting the seeds and visualizing and writing it down and it still just doesn't show? I'm Amy Hageman, and I invite you to join me Wednesday, November 19th. I invite you to consider that our co-creator, spirit, the sources, the energy with which we are co-creating are not neutral, and that it has its own divine intelligence and its own path of that which it is creating. And so our manifestations become stronger, become less effortful when we are partnering with the divine energy that already is, with the universe's waves that are already in existence. We can just ride those waves rather than swim against them. Wednesday, November 19th. We are going to set some intentions with the new moon. So I'll teach you a little bit about new moons and full moons and why we set intentions. And then we'll talk about the new moon coming up and what is ideal. What are the seeds in which we should be planting? What's the soil rich with at that moment in time? And then we'll come together and we will meditate and we'll visualize, and we can start to feel into what it is that wants to be born. What are the seeds that want to flourish within us and around us. So I hope to see you there.
Good morning, Unity. We're in the midst of preparing for our Christmas Eve candle lighting services, our beautiful sanctuary, and also the 1,500 candles that will need to be wrapped for our beautiful Christmas Eve services. I invite you to come be a part of wrapping positive affirmations on the candles. It's not just a task, it is actually a ministry, because you're wrapping the affirmation on the candle that will bless another person's life that is here on Christmas Eve. Those 1,500 candles light up this sanctuary with such beauty and such joy and such happiness on the most sacred night of the year. So I invite you to come join us. Come be a part of this. Come help us wrap those 1,500 candles and have fun and bless the candles and participate in preparing for Christmas Eve night. We'll be wrapping the candles on Saturday, October the 22nd at 10 a.m. in the office classroom, and we'll have snacks. Bring your favorite snack to share. We'll have Christmas music and wrap the candles and have fun and joy. It'll be a great kickoff to the holiday season. I also hope to see you there. As Thanksgiving approaches, we're reminded of the power of gratitude. And we're inviting you to come join us on Thanksgiving morning at 11:30 right here at Unity of Houston. We have our annual potluck Thanksgiving here at Unity. And if this is your first time to join us or you've been here every year, we want you to come back and join us. We want you to be with us on Thanksgiving, where we share with one another, we break bread, we count our blessings, and we are filled with joy during this time. Whether it's your mom's or your grandmother's secret recipe or your secret ingredient pie recipe, bring your favorite Thanksgiving dish. Come join us for a time of connection, a time of gratitude, and a time for stepping into community. You can go to our helpful links on our website to sign up and list what dish you're bringing. Again, I look forward to seeing you on Thanksgiving Day. Thanks so much.
So thank you, Reverend Cindy. So on the Thanksgiving potluck, the church provides the turkey and dressing. I can remember if she said that or not, but we just ask people to bring side dishes and desserts. And then it is this Saturday for the candle wrapping party. So I don't need this yet. I need this. 1 second. Here we go. Retooling. Today, you should have received some red and green construction paper when you came in. Those are called gratitude links. And every year, our kids over in Youth and Family Ministry, they create chains using those. And we ask you to just write your gratitude. Anything you're great, you can do as many as you want. And turn them back into the baskets outside. We'll be collecting those for the next few weeks. And then come December, you'll see them decorating our sanctuary. It's really beautiful. Our coat and blanket drive is happening today. Oh, I skipped one. New member orientation is happening today as well. Thank you, Caroline. We'll go back. It's not in the chapel. It is in the chapel. They fixed it. In the walkthrough, they had a different thing there. But it's happening today. So I think it's time that we make honest men and women out of you. That's what I think. Some of you have been attending and giving and volunteering for years, and yet you are still not a member. I may be talking to you today. There's no pressure, just a little bit. It's just a way for you to step into your relationship with your spiritual home in a little bit deeper way. And of course, if we ever need to vote on anything as a community, our bylaws do require that only members can vote. So I do encourage you to come right after the service in the chapel, just like it says, and Reverend Stacy will be leading that orientation. And then next Sunday, we will have our wonderful new member ceremony. The two requirements: you have to be 18 years old and you have to have attended Unity for 6 weeks. Oh, and you also have to attend the orientation today and the ceremony next week. So 4. All right, today is the Coat and Blanket Drive. Unity in the Community does this every year. Before Thanksgiving, we collect gently used or new coats and blankets for those in need. It's going to be 87 today. It may not feel like we need them, but we know how it is. It's going to get cold. So your opportunity is to do them today or next Sunday. So look in your closet and bring something to help others. The last couple of weeks, we have been asking folks to give, particularly as the SNAP benefits were interrupted, to feed the hungry in Houston. I just want to thank you that your donations are providing 5,400 meals that we collected in those 2 weeks. So thank you for that. And speaking of being a place where God's good flows, I'm going to invite our own ministerial student, Debbie Mack, to come up and talk to us about what we're doing for Hurricane Melissa. Thank you, Debbie.
Well, good morning, Unity of Houston. How are you all? Say yay, one love. Yay. All right. Thank you, Reverend Michael. Thank you, Reverend Stacy, for reaching out to me to share with the congregation this morning. And also thank you to Dion, who kicked this whole effort to connect with Jamaica and to bring about restoration and healing to the country that I love, the country of my birth. I had a conversation with one of my friends from school. She lives in Ghana. I told her I was speaking today. She said, "You're going to need an hour." Because you cannot explain to people why this hurricane situation in Jamaica has had such a global impact on people unless you explain to people the global impact Jamaica has had on the world. So, let me start by reminding everyone what happened last month on the 28th of October. Hurricane Melissa made landfall as a Category 5 at 185 miles an hour. And that still makes my heart drop. It decimated 2 parishes, Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth. My family is from St. Elizabeth. My cousin and my aunt, they still live there in a little town called Magotty. Now, Jamaicans are resilient. We're all here freaking out. They're like, "Oh, we're fine, we're managing. Just send money so we can rebuild the roof." But I'm grateful that they're alive. I'm grateful that they are safe. I'm grateful that their community is whole, even though they have to rebuild physical things. So let me just share a little bit more about Jamaica, just in case you didn't know. Jamaica is home to 2.8. I'm trying to do this without my glasses. Jamaica me crazy. Okay. 2.8 million people covering about 5,000 square miles. Every year, about 4.3 million people travel to Jamaica to enjoy the tourism, the food, the beaches. Because of Jamaica, you know of Bob Marley, Shaggy, Sean Paul. If you don't know who Louise Bennett Coverley is, I encourage you to look her up. Miss Lou was a staple of my childhood. She's amazing. She has since passed on, but she is one of those powerful Jamaican poets. Jamaica has created some of the fastest people on earth. Please do not debate that with a Jamaican, you will lose. Okay? Usain Bolt, Shelly Ann Fraser are 2 that come to mind. Basketball star Patrick Ewing, Marcus Garvey, who is a politician and an activist in the 50s and 60s. Colin Powell, Susan Rice. Who knows who Donald Harris is? Donald Harris is Kamala Harris's father. He's Jamaican. And, you know, Jamaicans were really kind of low-key proud because we're like, oh, we have a vice president in the White House. But we also had a female prime minister. Her name is Portia Simpson Miller. You may have heard of Harry Belafonte, Grace Jones, Naomi Campbell. Those are Jamaican or of Jamaican heritage. And we even have a bobsled team, even though we don't have snow. Okay? It is the birthplace of reggae, and it is the only musical genre that is actually honored by UNESCO as a global cultural treasure. Jamaica has the esteemed pride in saying we have a World Guinness record. Are you ready for this? There are 2,500 churches in Jamaica, giving it the most churches per square mile on earth. Spiritual life is everywhere, and the joke is there's a bar on this side, there's a church on this side, and this is called spiritual balance. Okay. Jamaica is the first Caribbean nation to gain independence from Britain, and I just wanted to make that clear because I don't want my Haitian brothers and sisters to get mad because they were the first to get independence in the Caribbean from France. Okay? It was a big deal for us. We came up with a flag, and Jamaica is one of the only 2 national flags in the world with no red, white, or blue. When they were coming together to move into independence, they chose a motto. And this motto recognizes and celebrates Jamaica's mix of people. In Jamaica, you will find African, Indigenous, European, Indian, Chinese, Jewish, Middle Eastern, and a smattering of German. This is a statement to the unity and the national pride that comes from diversity and creates one vibrant, resilient culture. The motto of Jamaica is out of many, one people. In the flag, black represents the strength and resilience of the Jamaican people, black. Green symbolizes the lush vegetation, hope, and agriculture, and gold stands for natural wealth, the bright sunshine that blesses our land. In Jamaica, we may say hardships are here, but the land is green, the sun shineth, and we have life. What is Unity doing to support the relief efforts? I'm so, so grateful. The Jamaica Foundation of Houston is a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to strengthening Caribbean and Jamaican ties with people here in Houston, and so Unity has been supporting the relief through them. We also have boots on the ground in Jamaica, in Kingston, where I grew up. Dr. Reverend Sheila McKeithen is the spiritual leader of the Universal Center of Truth for Better Living in Kingston. And she has mobilized support and relief recovery, and so Unity is supporting the relief recovery through her. And I'm so glad that she's there offering to shine her light with all the other 2,500 churches in Jamaica. Okay. So I didn't want to take too much time, but I just wanted to close out this by saying, in Jamaica we have a saying, it says, liko but talawa. It's a popular Jamaican saying. Liko but talawa. And what that means is we may be small in size, but we have a big spirit full of courage and impact. So y'all are liko but talawa with us because your little that you give from your heart is a mighty impact on a nation that has brought so much to the world. And the one thing I love about Bob Marley is he sings about one love. I'm not singing Reverend Michael. One love, one heart. And on behalf of my family and the people who are resiliently rebuilding the country that I love, that I have so many memories about, I say thank you, Unity, for joining us in moving into your hearts and being one with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. So beautiful. Thank you, dear. Thank you, Debbie. Sheila McKeithen has spoken on this stage. When I went on sabbatical to Ireland 3 years ago, she was one of our guest speakers. She is a friend and an amazing supporter. And many of you remember that during Hurricane Harvey, we had a Category 5 hurricane that affected us. We had over 100 families and individuals in our church that were underwater, and people from all over the world gave. We gave all of those funds as direct grants to individuals and churches, New Thought churches, and their members who were affected, including many of our own. So I do encourage you to find your generosity. It's on Helpful Links where you find all of our announcements every Sunday, and the church will also be contributing out of our own reserves to support this effort. So thank you for that. Thank you. So now I just want to say welcome and thank you for being with us today. If you're new to Unity and this is your first time, I know sometimes people are checking us out online before they come in person, but if this is your first time here in person, I invite you to go to the welcome table in the lobby. We have a gift for you today, and we just thank you for being with us. If you're watching online, hi all of our online people. We know as many as we have here in the sanctuary, there are even more watching us around the country and here in Houston too, and you all need to come to church. But all of you working around the world watching us, whether you're watching us live or later on a recording, we just say thank you for being with us as we celebrate the light that we are today. And we ask you to fill out a connection card as well. There's an online version there on all the platforms. And with that, I think we are through all the business of our announcements. It's time to move into our spiritual practice together. Julia is going to come and sing a song that I wrote called There's Only Love, and then we'll move into our time of meditation.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting the fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes to see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love.
Invite you to close your eyes or lower your gaze, whichever you prefer. Become still, and in that stillness, allow the mind to focus on the breath as a way of centering in this present moment. The mind is constantly looking for all the things we forgot in the past and all the things we need to remember for the future. And it resists being present. But we have the capacity of choosing where our attention rests. And so right now, I invite us all to choose again and again, as often as we need to through this meditation, to be here now. In the first letter of John, it says, "Beloved, let us love one another. For love is of God, and everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. For God is love." And for some, the word God always conjures an image from an old religious experience that may not be wholesome and supportive. And so I just invite you to let that image go. And what we're pointing to is the energy of creation and life and of love. Divine creative intelligence, the infinite source of all existence and being, that is everywhere present, that is everywhere good, this presence. It's known by many names, by many peoples, but my favorite name for this presence and power is love. God is love. That there is this supportive energy around us, within us, in all situations, all the time. We go through difficult things sometimes, loss, illness, estrangement, lack. All of us have struggled. And all the time, this infinite love was there in every struggle, is here today in this, whatever the thing is that we're facing today, where we feel alone, we feel cut off from spiritual support. No, love is here. And if we open to this reality, then a door of that energy of loving, healing support can flow to us and through us. So for the remainder of our time in meditation, let us contemplate this possibility that if we open to love, love flows in and through us now. Let us open. Let us drop our barriers to love and recognize the presence that is always and already here, awaiting our recognition. To close, allow these meditations I speak in the first person to be for you. I am surrounded by infinite love. I am cherished by life itself. I am supported in all ways. And I welcome the healing presence of God's love in every area of my life. And so it is. Amen.
There is an endless song echoes in my soul, and I hear the music ring. And though the storms may come, I will still hold on to the rock I cling. How can I keep from singing your praise? How can I ever say enough? How amazing is your love? How can I keep from shouting your name? You've given me everything, and it makes my heart wanna sing. Oh, yeah. Lord, I will lift my eyes in the darkest nights, for I know your spirit lives in me, and I will walk with you, knowing you'll see me through, and I'll sing the songs you bring. How can I keep from singing your praise? How can I ever say no? How amazing is your love? How can I keep from shouting your name? You've given me everything, and it makes my heart wanna sing. I can sing in the troubled times, sing when I win. I can sing when I lose my step and I fall down again. I can sing 'cause you lift me up, sing 'cause you're there. I can sing 'cause you hear me, Lord, when I call out in prayer. I can sing with my last breath, sing 'cause I know that I'll sing with the angels and the saints. God, I know. How can I keep from singing your praise? How can I ever say no? How amazing is your love? How can I keep from shouting your name? You've given me everything, and I know I am loved. You give me everything, and I know I am loved. You give me everything, and it makes my heart wanna sing. Oh Lord, you make me want to sing. You carry me through the hard times. Oh, praise your name.
Thank you, Julia. I love that song. I was telling Stacy, I don't know how much contextualizing I'm going to do, but I feel like I need to give a little bit. We use some of the traditional Christian elements that you'll hear. I'm going to be teaching from the Bible today. We're talking about God. That's beautiful. Talked about idea of praising. But I want you to, if you're triggered by that, good. I don't mean to be facetious about that. My therapist tells me it's good when I get triggered, because that means that I'm next to the healing. That there's something going on here that can be healed if I'm willing to just stay present to it. So I know many of us come here with a lot of church hurt. I certainly did. I've talked about that a lot. And in my time in the New Thought tradition, which is a long time now, 30 years plus, I have been able to hear the words differently. And so we don't often talk about worshiping God, but there's something that Arthur Brooks says, which I really like. He says, our culture teaches us to love things, use people, and worship ourselves. And what we really need to do is love people, use things, and worship the divine. That is a praise song. It's not asking us to make ourselves this lowly worm that then lifts up to some exalted man on a throne. It's asking us to be in right relationship with reality. That's what worship is. And so we need songs like that so that we can open ourselves to realize there is a life greater than I am, and I'm a part of it. And that's not even my topic for today. So I just felt like I wanted to offer that. Maybe I won't do any more contextualizing. I'll just go into what I'm going to do. But just hold on to that. If I say something that makes you think, oh, am I back at the Baptist church or something today? I just hold on to that. So another minister was walking along one day, and he sees something happening over behind the bushes. He goes over here, and he recognizes that his own son and some of his friends are having a funeral for a bird. They found a dead bird, and they had placed it gently in a box, and they had dug a hole. And then I guess because his son was the preacher's son, he was asked to do the prayer. And so very solemnly he said, "Glory be to the Father and to the Son, into the hole he goes." It's a pun. Holy Ghost, you got it? Okay, all right, good. And you can thank or blame Christina Connor. She is one of our licensed teacher and a staff member for 30-some years. And she, on Tuesdays when the staff meets, we end with a joke. And Christina has been bringing those to us. And I told her I was going to use that one. We have 3 value statements here at Unity: being, becoming, and belonging. Our being statement says this: we live from our oneness with God and each other, experiencing abundance and connection with all life. This is where we differ from 99.9% of the way Christian churches teach. Most of them come from a dualistic perspective. There is God and spiritual reality, and then all of this down here is part of fallen creation. And we've got to somehow get back in relationship with the divine, and we don't hold that to be true. We hold that we have never lost the internal connection with the divine because we are of its essence. We are not only created by God, we are a part of the creative process and the creative energy. We are connected. We often use the word oneness. We are one with God. And I believe, and many others believe too, that Jesus was a non-dualistic teacher. If you look at what he says, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. And it's not me that does the work, it's the Father within. He's pointing us to this idea that this man-made religion that keeps us separate from God, and the only way to get back in relationship with God is if you become a member of our church, do it the right way. And I've heard this too, that the fundamentalists of every faith disagree with each other. They all say, this is the only way to do it. You got to do it like we do it. Whereas the mystics of all religions all agree. They say, no, it's everywhere. This infinite, divine, creative presence is everywhere, and we're a part of it. So we are on the mystical side of that spectrum in unity. And for me, that getting a hold of that truth and beginning to practice it and live from it, as we say, we live from our oneness with God. It changes everything. And it's hard. It is difficult to live from our oneness with God and everything. So I want to share with you, I don't know if it's my favorite parable of Jesus of Nazareth, but it is the one that continues to call me out, to call me higher. I told Stacy, I feel like I got convicted again. And I've taught from this one twice already this year. But there's a Sunday after we just finished our 6-week Touchstone program. It was fantastic. And then next week, I know I'm going to give a Thanksgiving gratitude talk. And I had this Sunday that I couldn't be part of a series. What am I going to talk about? And I thought, well, what do we need to hear? No, let me back up. What do I need to hear? It's this. How do I live from my oneness with God and each other? How do I do that? And this parable points us to the answer, I believe. It's 12 verses. I am going to read them from the New International Version. Sometimes I just like to tell the story, and sometimes I like to read it. On one occasion, an expert in the law, this is from the Gospel of Luke, an expert in the law stood up to test Jesus. "Teacher," he asked, "what must I do to inherit eternal life?" And Jesus responded, "What is written in the law? How do you read it?" And he answered, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul, with all your strength and with all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself." "You have answered correctly," Jesus said. "Do this and you will live." But the lawyer wanted to justify himself, and so he asked Jesus, "And who is my neighbor?" I don't know who this guy was. The story tells us he was trying to test Jesus. And so the first thing he said was like, what is the law? What does the scripture say we have to do to have eternal life? And Jesus, like a good rabbi that he was, he answered that question with a question of his own. What does the law say? How do you read it? And then the man recites, there are two verses, one from Deuteronomy and one from Leviticus, that say, love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul. Love your neighbor as yourself. That's the second one. And Jesus said, good, you got it. But the guy still wanted to catch him out, didn't he? He said, and tell me, who is my neighbor? You see, here's the thing. That book, the chapter in Leviticus 19, that says to love your neighbor as yourself, comes one chapter after all this stuff about, man shall not lie with the man, all those laws about, although, if you notice the religious fundamentalists, they pick and choose which of those laws they think we ought to follow. When's the last time you felt convicted in your spirit for having a shrimp cocktail? It's forbidden in the Levitical laws. Did you know that? Shellfish are forbidden. Do you ever wear cotton and wool together in the same day? That is an abomination, according to Leviticus. There are people that are always going to if we can find the right rules and follow it, but not only that, find the people that aren't following the right rules. We're going to call them out. Jesus knows his stuff. So when the guy tried to press him one further, I just have a sense that this guy knew the verse before the love your neighbor as yourself in Leviticus 19, it defines neighbor as your fellow Israelites. Did you know that? That's what it says. And so here's this guy over here, this new rabbi, trying to preach this universal love and possibility, and that's not what the law says. And I think he was ready to call Jesus out when Jesus, said, yeah, you got it right. He said, yeah, but who's my neighbor? And this guy had the right answer. It's us. We're the right ones. And Jesus, being wise, instead, he told a story. A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and he was attacked by robbers. They stripped him of his clothes and left him half dead. A priest happened to be going down the same road, and when he saw the man, he passed to the other side. So too, a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, passed to the other side. But a Samaritan, as he traveled, came where the man was, and when he saw him, he took pity on him. He went to him and bandaged his wounds, pouring on oil and wine. Then he put the man on his own donkey, brought him to an inn, and took care of him. The next day he took out 2 denarii and gave them to the innkeeper. Look after him, he said, and when I return, I will reimburse you for any expenses you may have. Jesus said, which of these 3 do you think was a neighbor to the man who fell into the hands of robbers? The expert in the law replied, the one who had mercy. And Jesus told him, go and do likewise. You must have a little bit of context around this. The Samaritans were hated by the Jews of Jesus' time. They were the half-breeds. They were part of the northern tribes. They did not. They weren't part of the exile, and they intermarried with the other indigenous people there, and they didn't practice the law right. They didn't read the right words. They just didn't do it right, and they were greatly looked down. They were reviled by the upstanding, good, law-following religious Jews, of which this man was one. So to hear this weird rabbi tell a story where the hero of the story, the one who's being a good neighbor, is a Samaritan, that's like saying, let me tell you about this good Nazi I know. It was a slap in the face to this man. But he must have had some sort of an opening in his heart to be corrected. Because when Jesus asked him another question, which one of these was the true neighbor? He spoke the answer that was against the law he knew inside and out. He said it was that Samaritan, the one who gave him mercy. You guys, we are in a time where we are so justified in knowing who's doing it right and who's doing it wrong. Doesn't matter which side of the political divide, we've got our ideas of the way that's supposed to be, and those people are the problem. A few weeks ago, we had some leadership development, and we did this exercise. We were supposed to visualize unity in 3 years, and there's a headline about all the good stuff going on at Unity of Houston. Come up with a headline. And one of our board members, Dana Foy, his headline was this. He said, "Unity of Houston, where them becomes us." Thank you again for that, Dana. It's good, and it's hard. It's hard. This is like graduate level spirituality, to say there is no them. Jesus was so clear on it. In Matthew, he says, "You've heard it said, love your neighbors and revile them that speak against you. And I tell you, love your enemies." What? Anybody watch the A&M yesterday? I know you did, Dana. South Carolina was my enemy, and I'm not even really an A&M fan. But I did not want South Carolina to win. 30-3 at halftime, right? 27-point deficit. Boy, when those Aggies came back, it was amazing. If you're not a sports fan, you're missing out, I'll tell you. Sometimes it just goes your way, and the enemy is vanquished. So here's the deal. I'm human, I'm still growing, I'm evolving. I love sports, and that's where I put all my enemyism. Most of it. It's a place where I can go, we're the good guys, they're the bad guys. And it feels contained and safe for me to do so. It's a place for me to put that urge to be on the right side of something. It's great when you win, but when you lose, oh, boy, it's tough. Something else happened at the game yesterday. You may have seen this. After South Carolina scored a touchdown, the receiver, he was hurt a little bit, and so he's trying to walk it off. He goes up the tunnel, and then his players, other South Carolina players, go in with him, and they're checking on him, and they come back out, and a state trooper of Texas, they try to move around him, and he bumps him, and he turns around with a lot of anger and points and says something hateful. I don't know what that was. And I'm not going to pretend to know what was in his heart and mind. But I do know there's a context about white police officers and young black men that we can't deny. This happened in our culture, and it hurt my heart to see it. And I think from what I've seen, they did the right thing. They relieved him of duty that day. They're looking into it. He may have just been a big Aggie fan, and they were the enemy because they were on the other team. That may have been all it was. I don't know. But I know that there is such a temptation all the time to otherize, which leads to dehumanizing, which can lead to holocausts, which can lead to pogroms, which can lead to mass extermination, which can lead to ethnic cleansing. And our teaching, thank God, doesn't allow us to do that. Because we live from our oneness with God and each other. That means everybody. Where them is us. This is a hard teaching. I've got 10 minutes and I haven't even really started yet. I have 3 points, as I often do. I'm a big fan of the 3-point sermon. I want to interpret this parable from the Gestalt method of dream interpretation, where every character in the dream is part of you. And so there are 4 characters that are mentioned, the Levi, the priest, the man that was hurt, and the Samaritan. And there's an innkeeper, but he doesn't have many lines, so I'm leaving him out. And I want to talk first I'm going to put the priest and the Levite together for my first point. We all do this. We all, in our smug, self-satisfied worldview, will ignore our oneness with somebody. We all do this. Jesus was an incredible way shower and teacher. I just want to read that verse in Matthew I mentioned, just so we can hear it. You've heard it said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be the children of God. God causes his sun to rise on the evil and the good and sends rain to the righteous and the unrighteous. If you love those who love you, what reward will you get? Are not even the tax collectors doing that? Really? And if you greet only your own people, what are you doing more than others? Do not do that. Be perfect, therefore, as your Father in heaven is perfect. Who's going to be perfect? What if the word here does not mean perfect without flaw, but whole, that even includes our flaws and our human frailties? And how do we get there? Loving our enemies. Do you know the secret to this? You got to know somebody. You've got to be willing to see somebody as who they are, as a struggling human being just like you, and you don't know what their past is, but they have one, and it led them to do something that causes you to think that they're your enemy, but they're not. And through spiritual vision, you can begin to see beneath the behavior that are not acceptable. And I'm not saying we condone all behaviors. We don't. We protect the innocent from behaviors that are harmful. By whatever we need to do, we do that. But the person is still a beloved child of God. And if we are committed to seeing him or her in that way, then guess what? They're no longer them, they're us. And if we can recognize that we too have judged, we too have not provided aid to someone in need because we didn't think they were ours to do, ours to care for. So what I'm going to offer to us is that when we're in a Levite or priest frame of mind, and sometimes I don't realize it till I'm already gone from the moment, is to go, oh, I did it. I did the thing that I hate. Help me be whole as God is whole. The victim. He chose a dangerous road. He should have known better. Why was he doing it in that neighborhood anyway? Victim blaming. We do that too. We've all done that. My niece and nephew and his fiancée, now his wife, were here last summer visiting me, and it was Pride. They wanted to go to the big parade downtown, and I said, I'm too old, and I've got to preach in the morning. I'm not going. And they went. I kind of told them where to go, and they got an Uber. Well, somehow they needed to go to a convenience store, and they ended up in kind of a rough neighborhood. And the Uber driver's like, you sure you want out here? They said, yeah. And they told me about it, and nothing happened. They were fine. But how often, when we hear about these stories of someone being brutalized or victimized, we think, what were they doing? They shouldn't have been there. She shouldn't have worn that. This happens all the time. And so if we're going to live into the wholeness of God around this part of it, recognize that there, but for the grace of God, go I. That was said first by a 16th century English preacher, John Bradford, who was trying to reform the legalistic in and out religion of his day. And he was watching men walking to execution. And he said, there, but for the grace of God, goes John Bradford. If we had walked in the footsteps of others, if we had had the same parents and grandparents and lineage they had, we don't know what choices we would have made. And here's where I really want to turn around. This is the part that got me this morning. Can I forgive myself for making wrong decisions and ending up on the ditch in the street? Or because what I tend to do is I blame myself again and again and again for mistakes that I've made for years. And what the story is trying to tell us, that help will come if we're open to that. And sometimes the help comes through other people. In the traditional interpretation of this parable, the Samaritan represents the Christ. Well, in unity, we know that the Christ was not Jesus' last name, but it's rather this consciousness of oneness to the Father, to God, to the Mother, to the infinite creative energy that is life itself. One who knows they are one with that is the Christ. And it's in us. And so we are all invited into the opportunity to give help when it is needed, and therefore live the Christ energy that we are. It's beautiful. But I want to stick for a minute about the other end of that. Today is November 16th, 2025. 26 years ago, it was a Tuesday, so I was drunk. And I was the day before that too, and the day before that. And I was drunk the next day as well. And I was trying to hide my drinking. But on that Thursday, which was November 18th, my partner confronted me about it. And I was mortified, ashamed, embarrassed. I was down in the ditch. I felt beaten up by my alcoholism beyond belief. I felt so low and so ashamed because I had been sober for 3 years. And for the past year and a half, I had been lying, pretending to be sober while drinking daily. And he said, well, you know you have a friend. And I said, who? He said, H.G. Wells. Do you know who that is? You don't know the H.G. I'm talking about. It is the famous writer H.G. Wells, but it's also his best friend Sheila's husband, H.G. Wells. H.G. was from a little town, Tulia, Texas. He was the youngest member of the Texas legislature in history at the time. I think there's someone younger than him now. He was an amazing lawyer, very successful man, also an alcoholic, and a good friend. He drove from Fort Worth and he met me at a meeting. He was my temporary sponsor. The grace that man gave me. And that day, November 18th, is, knock wood, that was the first morning I woke up and didn't take a drink that day, and I have not since. So Tuesday, I'm going to celebrate 26 continuous years of abstinence and recovery. I didn't do it. A power greater than me, working through the mysterious, undescribable way that God is, and also working through people like my friend H.G., who he brought me a Valium because I was shaking, told me to eat sugar, and he said, I want you to read this chapter of this book every day, and we're going to talk every day. And we did that. Do you mind just playing a little bit of There's Only Love in E-flat, if you can do that? Just the chorus. Jackie, I know you asked me to sing today, and I forgot, so I'm going to sing a little bit for you as we go into this prayer. I've been every person in that story. My desire is to live more from that Christed energy that sees those that need help and that I can offer what I have. I don't have any Valium today, but just an offer. And so today, my desire today is really that we will all, I want to prick your conscience if you've been doing a lot of othering. I want to remind you, we don't get to do that, not for very long. But I also want to offer comfort to the afflicted, that if you've been in a place of self-blame and self-judgment and self-criticism, let it go. Ask for help. The energy of healing will come to you if you're willing to be honest about it and ask for help, because everything is help. Everything is spirit. Everything is love. When I first got into this teaching, still drunk, I couldn't get the theology, and my first minister said, really, Michael, what we teach is that it's all love. And so in the depths of my despair and depression and addiction, love was there. And I can see that now. I couldn't see it then. And I don't know where you are, but I know there's some place in your life that you can't see love as being present. And it's here. It's here. There is only love. There is only love. love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. Let's pray. Recognizing there is only one source of all life. I call it God because it's the biggest word I know. It is beyond description. It is beyond names. It is beyond anything that I could ever hold and say, this is it. But I know it's real because I have felt it. It has lifted me and healed me and restored me time and time and time again. My life has been transformed by this power and this presence. Through these teachings and these practices and others, I have come into conscious contact with this divine creative intelligence. As I know this is true of me, this is true of all of us, that love is here in this moment. Love is here if we are willing to open and receive, willing to tell the truth about our human condition so we can learn a greater truth of our spiritual reality, which is waiting to be birthed in us in this moment. In this moment. So we open and we allow God to heal us in whatever way it chooses. We release our need to judge ourselves and others. We step into the truth that God's love moves through us all, and that I am one who can offer mercy to the one who needs. I give thanks that this is the truth for us all. We let it be, and so it is. Amen. I'm very emotional today, and I can't tell you why. I feel so close to something so real and so important. Sometimes I just want to go, do you get it? Do you get it? And I know I can't do that. I know each of you is on your journey. And in the perfect moment, awakenings will come, healings will occur. But I do love you. If no one has told you today that they love you, one person just did. I love you. God bless you.
Thank you, and thank you all for creating this space of grace and love and compassion and transformation where we really honor each path, the joys and the sorrows. And now is our opportunity to keep this activity, this light, this message alive and thriving and growing and building in this world. So thank you for the gifts that you share. There's many ways to give, and we appreciate you. Let us bless our offering with this prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all the good I am and have, all the good I give and receive. And so it is.
Here with a broken heart that no one else could see. I drew a smile on my face to paper over me. But wounds heal when tears dry and cracks they don't show. Don't be so hard on yourself, no. Let's go back to simplicity. I feel like I've been missing me. I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Feel this darkness over me. We all get there eventually. I never knew where I belonged. I was right and they were wrong. Been telling myself all along, don't be so hard on yourself now. Learn to forgive, learn to let go. Everyone trips, everyone falls. Don't be so hard on yourself now. 'Cause I'm just tired of marching on my own. Growing stronger, I feel it in my bones. Won't let my heart turn into stone. Don't be so hard on yourself now. I'm standing on top of the world, right where I'm meant to be. So how come these dark clouds are raining over me? Well, hearts break and hell's a place that everyone knows. Don't be so hard on yourself, no. simplicity. I feel like I've been missing me. I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Feel this darkness over me. We all get there eventually. I never knew where I belong. I was right and they were wrong. Been telling myself all along. Don't be so hard on yourself, no. Learn to forgive, learn to let go. Everyone trips, everyone falls. Don't be so hard on yourself, no. 'Cause I'm just tired of marching on my own. Growing stronger, I feel it in my bones. Won't let my heart turn into stone. Don't be so hard on yourself, no. I learned to wave goodbye, how not to live my life through someone else's eyes. It's not an easy road, but now I'm not alone. So I won't be so hard on myself no more. Don't be so hard on yourself now. Learn to forgive, learn to let go. Everyone trips, everyone falls. Don't be so hard on yourself, no. 'Cause I'm just tired of marching on my own. Growing stronger, I feel it in my bones. Won't let my heart turn into stone. Don't be so hard on yourself, no. 'Cause I'm just tired of marching on my own. Growing stronger, I feel it in my bones. Don't let my heart turn into stone. Don't be so hard on yourself, no. No, no, no.
Thank you, musical artists. If you were part of our pledge campaign for 2026, for next year, we have a gift for you. So visit the lobby and pick up your umbrella that has a Unity saying on it. So you can help spread the word. Family Fun Day happens in Wallet Hall after the service. They're making gingerbread houses. So participate in that activity with Family Fun Day. Lunch is provided. Grief support today in the reading room with Reverend Mindy Lawrence. So if you're experiencing any kind of grief or loss and just want to check in and be listened to and understood, the reading room is in the bookstore building. Blood Drive is November 30th. You can sign up today at the table in the lobby to give the gift of life. And remember our candle wrapping party on Saturday and midweek at Unity this Wednesday with Amy Hageman. All of our information is at unityhouston.org, so visit that for the helpful links. And prayer partners are down front to pray with you after the service.
So you're invited now to stand with us as we sing our peace song to close the service.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let me walk with my family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin
prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And today we proclaim God is good.
It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.